I'm like 3 years from 40. I still feel 25 in my mind. Like, it's crazy.
I don't even know what numbers are. I stopped counting.
You're like, we're not even.
I don't even know what numbers. I'm not even counting that. I'm just living. And it's so funny. I saw something on, and just the fact that you brought this up, I saw something on social media yesterday where it said if you have an Apple phone, scroll back to October 1582. And it all of a sudden went from October 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th to October 15th. So apparently during that time, there was a switch from whatever calendar they were using to the Gregorian calendar that Europe was using. And then that's how they started to get on the system that they have now. And in that moment, it clicked to me that this calendar thing ain't even a real thing. Why am I even counting myself? You guys can't even count yourself. like
Girl.
I let it go. I am whatever I feel on the inside. And I feel great. I feel
Hmm.
youthful. I have energy, and I'm not subscribing to a calendar where you guys just be changing at a whim.
Welcome to another episode of Graphic Content, the podcast where we talk all things who, why, and what the. Today, my guest is somebody who is exceptionally special in my life. She is the CEO and founder of CQ Business Consulting. She is a business coach and mentor. She's the co-founder of Rising VR. She's a community leader. She's a mother, and she is my Gemini sister, Chantelle Quow.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I love the intro.
Hey, listen, the accolades are numerous, and so I was like, what are like the hard hitting ones? But there's so many more that I could have listed.
We'll get into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for saying yes to this. I am so appreciative of your time. And I know you're a busy human, so you have a lot going on, but I just very much appreciate you taking the time to sit with me and
I
chat.
always
And
have time for you.
I know, I just, you know what it is? It's like, because we are both in our lanes, we're doing our
Yeah,
thing. We don't cross paths too often because
true.
you're busy, I'm busy, we live in different cities. It
Yeah.
is what it is. But it's so nice when we are able to make connections with people, which we've met online. Like,
That is true.
we met on
Dur-
the
During
internet
during the pandemic. Yeah.
during COVID, and that's how we bonded. We met. What was the monthly calls with Dan, right?
Yes, we used to have our mastermind calls with the Snow Collective, and we just meet. Was it bi-weekly?
Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
weekly or bi-weekly, and we just chat and just share ideas and talk about what we're going through and collaborate. And
Hmm.
it was honestly, it was so needed during that time,
Hmm.
and we formed such a great bond.
So how did you get involved with that with Dan?
So Dan and I met at BNI.
Hmm.
It's a networking group in I want to say 2017 or so. And from the time Dan and I met, like we just connected right in
Uh-huh.
person. It's a networking group, and we're supposed to be networking with other people, but we're just so excited to see each other every week that we just be, we're just connecting and we're catching up, and everybody and people will be like, you guys are supposed to be networking with other people. I'm like, but we have what we need right here.
I'm good. I'm good. I got what I needed out of this experience.
Pretty much. And
Yeah.
so connecting with Dan, and we just, collaborated. He's in marketing, I'm in business consulting and strategy, and we worked on some client projects together. And we just, he created the Snow Collective and asked me if I wanted to be part of his collective. And I mean, like, no brainer. Yes, I
Hmm.
do.
Hmm.
And we just started doing work together. And then when the pandemic hit, we had already had that going between us. And then he just brought in a bunch of other people that he knew. One was you, and then we all just built our own community during this time, which was so needed.
Hmm. Yeah, I loved it. It was something that actually kept me tethered to my not necessarily like a goal specifically. Like obviously the bigger picture was the
Yeah.
goal of achievement, working, creating the business, continuing to evolve it. But at the same time, it was just that connection with people who are like minded, who
Yes.
I can lean on to say, I am having a mental breakdown in my business. I'm feeling so stuck, and then obviously like the weight of everything that was happening at the time. And the fact that you and I were able to connect in a way where it was like you meet people like online is always interesting, but you regardless of it being through a screen,
Yeah.
if you've met your people.
Of
You know
course.
what I mean? You know right away, and I was like, "This chick is the she's amazing. You inspire me. You're so I Anyway, like, we're gonna get into it, but I just the amount of things that you have going on makes me feel like I'm not doing enough. I just see all the things that you're doing, and I'm like, "How is one human so beyond capable?"
Well, our Gemini brains are always looking for more and more and more.
It's so
And I don't know, is that a gift or a curse? Like sometimes it's a balancing act. I'm like, okay, are you doing too much or are
Mhm,
you not doing enough? Like the same feeling that you had. And I'm sure at that time I probably felt like I wasn't doing enough either because I'm like, there got to be something else I could be doing or somebody else I could be helping or bigger ways I could be making impact. Or I'm just always thinking about creating more impact.
mhm. Right now, like, what are the projects that you're working on? Because I know the last time we touched base, you were at the early stages of founding Rising VR.
Yes, yes, yes,
And
yes.
so how has that been since? Because I haven't talked to you in like, we've chatted here and there, but, like, I haven't
Yeah,
really sat down and talked to you for a while.
it's been like a couple years, right? I don't understand how time's flying like that, but
I don't
yeah,
know
it's
either. How do
it's
you have
been
a
a
toddler?
couple.
I feel like you were just pregnant, now you have a toddler? Like, what?
I feel like I was just pregnant, and now she's having we're having full blown. I'm having full blown conversations with this little human. I'm just
Oh my
like,
god, I
where
can't
did
wait
you
to
come
meet
from?
her.
Remember when we went to brunch and I was like, this pregnant?
We were
Like,
sitting right in the sun, I was like, "I feel so bad."
oh no, it was wonderful. I needed it. I needed it. So Rising VR, yeah. So we're in
Mhm,
our third, well, it's really our fourth installment of the Rising VR program. We're
mhm,
actually expanding it and we're doing an alumni program because we had so many people going through it. But since then, the program has grown in so many different ways. We're looking to discuss not just VR, but other realities as well. So AI,
mhm,
AR, I think XR, whatever, all the other realities that we can explore. And the way the program is created is we have three streams. So you have design thinking, you have the actual VR technology program, and then you have the business fundamentals, which
mhm,
is my pillar of the whole program. And I co-founded it with Randella J, and he runs his own not-for-profit for artists called Rise Edutainment. And artists are, poetry and music and visual arts, and he's just such a pillar in the community that when I was working with him, because I used to be his business coach, and that's how we came up with the concept. And then just merging those two things together, it's been such a success. And we were able to get pretty good funding from some organizations to keep the program going on for this long. So I'm just loving it. It's creating such an impact in the community where people are they're not just getting so much out of the program but understanding, because you don't have to know VR to join the program or be an
mhm.
expert in business. That's what we're there for. But you do have to be an artist in some capacity. And then we show you how to take your artistry and create something that can benefit the community or solve a problem utilizing technology and business.
I love that it's geared towards artists because as somebody who went to design school, as somebody who has I am a designer, but I'm overall an artist. I look
Yeah.
at how I approach everything through the creative lens.
Hmm.
So you see these programs that are created over the last however many years, and so many of them are geared towards tech
Yeah.
focused entities or conglomerates, businesses, startups, etc. To see that there is a focus on art when, let's be real, artists are the foundation of
Yeah.
innovation. That is where it comes from. And so to see that this is okay, we're moving into an even more tech heavy era because of AI,
AI. Yeah.
augmented reality, VR. Like, this is something we cannot it, it's a done deal. Like, we're moving into that. It's not changing. Even
No.
I've had to succumb to it and be like, "Oh, fine,
Yeah.
I'll start using these tools." But my God, it has made my life so much easier without
Yes.
actually replacing my talent. You know what I mean?
And that's what I love about it too. You could figure out ways that it could complement what it is
Hmm.
that you're already doing and
Yes.
don't feel like it's going to take over or make you obsolete. Learn to work with the technologies utilizing the skills that you have.
And what's your involvement right now with the program? Like, how has you said you're in your fourth installment, so this would be like the
Yes.
fourth kind of wave of people participating?
Yes, it is. So my involvement as well, co-founding it, thought leader,
Hmm.
strategy, looking at what's coming and how we could form the direction of it. And then also, I teach the business fundamentals portion. So I'm teaching them how to create a business utilizing the technology and whatever concept that they came out with, who's their target market, like all the basics that they may not have learned before. And then I
Mhm.
also teach them how to pitch. So at the end of the program, we have a competition where you pitch for actual money to invest in your business or
That's
your
great.
art. And so therefore I teach them, pitching fundamentals, because when you are involved in the tech era and you go to speak to VCs and you want to get major funding for your projects, this is a skill that you need to have. So they're learning business fundamentals, they're learning how to put a business plan, business model canvas together, to how to streamline their ideas, make it make sense, and then pitch the idea.
I wish I had something like that because I can speak to my work now better than I ever could. I mean, I'm 37 this year. Like if I can't do it now, like come on, girl. Like what are we what are we
What are
doing?
we doing?
What
Exactly.
are we doing? But I think about in my like the earlier days, let's say, I couldn't articulate like what my work was and how I could create impact because I didn't even understand how much impact I could have as a person through my art, my creativity, my design, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And so this is something that I feel like is such a key thing. It's like merging the creative side. Like yes, you can bring all of your skills, all of your talent to create change and innovation, but at the same time you have to be well spoken on some level to connect with your message.
Yes, and that's kind of what I teach the artists, because you don't a lot of them don't understand that you are the business.
Mhm.
Your art, yourself, how you position yourself, that is the business. Like I've seen your art. You're a brilliant artist. And when you're creating logos and when you're creating things for brands, like it's amazing. Like it just speaks. But then also you have to articulate what it is that you bring, and you have to also sell yourself to get the
Mhm.
clients. So it's learning
Yes.
how to speak to what it is that you can do as an artist as well, and also showing them for sure. But speaking that, business language, so that the non-artist
Yeah.
people that you're going to ask for money, the very logical, foundational, want to know the fundamentals people, could still understand what it is that you're trying to bring to the market and invest in you.
Oh yeah, 100%. And the thing is, like I can say like, "Yeah, it's gonna be great." But it's like, no. Like you can't it's like you have to look at the numbers. Where is this going?
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's beyond that. And through our relationship over the years, the amount of times I know I've said to you, like, sometimes I just feel so stunted because I don't wanna exist in this reality of, well, I'm an artist. I'm a creative, like, and
Mhm.
not because then you're kind of absolving yourself from even trying to learn that other side of yourself because by saying like, oh no, my identity ends at a creative, it's like, but you can be more involved on the business side. Like that's something that is available to you, and that's something I've had to learn for myself.
Yes, it is available to you, but also if you have to step outside your comfort zone to
A
grow.
100%.
Right? So that may not be comfortable for you, but it is what you need to
Mhm.
expand your business. And that's what I get to help them with. And to be honest, they come there with their art and they're excited to learn about the VR. But when they get into the business, I'll hear from the collaborators on our team that that seems to be their favorite part. They didn't realize that they'd be able to understand business in such a fundamental way when they start talking about their, consumer acquisition costs and their understanding the market and what percentage of the market that they want to acquire, and they're starting to speak to the numbers so confidently. I am so proud
My
that
little babies.
yes, in the beginning they had no idea what we were talking about. And by the end of it, they're speaking like experts, and that's
That's
all
great.
within a 14 to 16-week period. And that's the magic of what I bring to the program, and that's, I guess, just speaks to what it is. I feel like I'm living in my purpose. This is what I enjoy, and I'm just inflicting what I enjoy onto them, and they're receiving it.
You're in alignment. I feel that this year I have said to myself, like personally, I want 2025 to be about alignment,
Yes.
whether it's people I work with, the contracts I'm trying to get, just how I live my life.
Hmm.
And to hear, and I'm not trying to sound cheesy and whatever, but I truly feel like when I see people, and this is the whole premise of this podcast too, like I want to talk to people who are in alignment with the shit that they love. And to see you doing your thing, and like, once again, we don't check in all the time, but to see you through social media,
Yeah.
your LinkedIn, all these things, you're out in the community, you're working hard, your network is expanding
Yes.
incredibly.
Yes.
It's from 2021, 2020 to now. It's astonishing what one, obviously you need people in your life to get
Oh, for sure.
farther. You can't do it alone.
No.
But to see you, like, I'm sorry, I'm blowing smoke up your ass, but like, to see you just
No.
shining so brightly is so like, yes, like, I love to see good people win.
Thank you. And honestly, when I'm on this side of it, because I'm always pressing the gas, I don't really stop to think about
A
everything that I've
hundred percent.
accomplished. And I don't know if that's true to our sign. We're just always
I'm like that,
go,
yeah.
go, go. But when I finally, because this year about alignment, I start my day meditating and
Hmm.
with gratitude and appreciation and understanding how to live more in my purpose and make sure that I'm in alignment with what it is that I truly am supposed to be doing. And when I think about the projects that I've gotten to work on from 2020 to now, I don't even think I imagined that for myself.
Hmm.
And it's just amazing how when you put one foot in front of the other and you're walking in your purpose, the doors that just start to open for you. The
Yes.
people that are watching you that you don't even know are watching you are making connections for you and speaking about you in rooms that you're not even in. That's opening other doors for you.
Hmm.
And that's the magic that I've seen happen just by walking in my purpose and doing what it is that I truly enjoy and just doing the work that I really love. The money seems to come, right? So I'm not
That's a
focusing on
hundred.
that too much. I'm just focusing on making great impact, being of more service to my community and helping people. And it just brings me so much joy when they are enjoying what it is that I am teaching them.
You said it perfectly. I feel like when we stop to focus on the numbers, specifically around what we're bringing in,
Hmm.
that is when everything opens up. Like, I don't know what your beliefs are in like higher power, whatever, but I truly believe as soon as you let go,
Yep.
you have to put the work in. You can't just these people that expect, like, I just want to show up and make money. I'm like, okay, that's not reality. Like,
But
you
all the
have
years you were showing up and not making money, that's where it starts.
yeah, 100%. Like, I'd say in the last year, like, last year was not a great year for me, and that's okay. I think it was just because I was getting to a point where I'm like, I'm not super engaged in the work that I'm doing, and I need
Hmm.
something to change, which is why I'm like, okay, I want to really focus on alignment and whatever that
Hmm.
means for me. And I was so hyper focused on the fact of I was focused on lack. I'm like, I'm not making versus what am I doing? What are the things
Yeah.
that I'm, and so that's why I was like, you know what? I've been sitting on this idea of doing this podcast. It's been years. I've been wanting to jump back in the saddle. And I was like, fuck it. I'm just doing it. I don't care. And I'm just going to be unafraid and do it my way and in a way that is authentic to me. And as soon as I'm honestly, Chantel, like,
Isn't that
I,
magic how that happens?
it's, it is magic because I literally said to myself, I'm sick of my own shit. Like, I have so much and I have so much going for me. Like, I
Mhm.
really, and just because I'm like, I love what I'm doing. I love what I do. It really does shift your whole life as soon as you say, okay, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to step into it and just own the fact that I might not know how this is going to look. I might not know what's going to come to me, but I know that I am deserving of more, and not like
Yes.
physical more. I'm saying just more, like more connection, more acceleration, like whatever that means.
More joy, more
Hmm.
alignment, just feeling energized with whatever
Hmm.
it is that you're doing. And I learned that lesson too. Like, because when you're focused on the lack, then you get more lack,
100%.
right? So it's what you're focused on is what's being magnified.
Hmm.
It's, and I'm not going to say oh, it's so easy. Just stop focusing on the lack and all of a sudden
No.
everything will come. No, it's a process. I
Yes.
get it. But when you start to, and that's when I start to focus working on more on the inside, what feels good to me? What is it that I want to do more of? What was
Hmm.
I put here on earth to do? Figuring
Hmm.
that out. And a lot of that happened. Like last year was a challenging year for me as well.
Hmm.
I lost my dad last
I'm
year,
sorry.
April, so it hasn't even been a year yet. But thank you. But in losing my dad, something clicked in terms of what am I supposed to be doing with my life?
Hmm.
His passing was unexpected as he didn't have no long-term illness or whatever. So you really don't know when your number is going to be called. And if
Yes.
my number was called today, am I happy with where I'm at? Am I doing what I want to do? Am I, and you start to think in those terms, and then I start to put things in perspective.
Mhm.
What is it that I want to be doing more of? What I want to leave this earth empty. I don't want to go with regrets. I want to leave it all on the floor. What is it that I'm supposed to be? I want to live big. I used to find that I was playing smaller than I
Mhm.
really wanted to do. I want big things in my life. Like, who am I fooling? I
Yeah.
want the big things. I want to have the big life. I want the opulence. Like, I'm going to stop playing small and just go for what I want.
Yes.
May happen, it may not, but at least I tried and I'll have no regrets.
And that's the thing. I like okay, I'm gonna slow my roll a little bit because I just want to just like I need to like be grounded in a little bit of, of reality because I keep wanting to just be like, you're amazing. I love you. Like
I love you.
oh, it's just in today's world where everything is trying to shut us down as humans, it's just so nice to see it. Like obviously the last 4 years you've been working, post pandemic, everybody kind of it shifted a lot of people in
Yeah,
their businesses to rethink how they do things.
yes.
So moving into these last 5 years, what got you to where you are now is my question.
Okay, so what I found, because when the pandemic hit, all of a sudden a lot of people started calling me. They started calling me because they needed business plans, they needed a strategy, they wanted to, leave their job and really figure out how to start the business that they were doing on the side. And
Hmm.
that only happened because prior to the pandemic, I was doing that grunt work. I was speaking, I was networking, I was out there, was letting people know what I do. And I wasn't getting paid a lot for these things, but I
Hmm.
was making noise. I was out there engaging, I was out there making impact. Yes, I had some clients, but I wasn't where I was 2021, 2022. Those were some really good years. But
Hmm.
for me in the business, not necessarily pandemic wise. But the reason why they're able to call me is because I was doing the groundwork. I had my head down. I was building the business. I was putting my strategy together. I was out there. I was speaking. I was in the BNI network. I was pitching my business. I was, putting out the content. I was on the socials. I was doing all the things that are not bringing in money right away, but it is building that awareness. It is putting in the groundwork. It
The
was laying the
foundation.
foundation. Exactly. So, therefore, now when the pandemic hit and things start to shut down, and then all of a sudden people are like, I know exactly who I need to call
Hmm.
because I remember seeing her, I engaged with her, I met her. And then in doing that, when it opened up again and I started going back out to events and speaking, there were people who I never even met before who said that they engaged with me or I spoke somewhere and they saw me speak and there's something that I said that clicked with them and it made them take the leap. It made them leave their job. It made them start the business. So I was like, wow, I didn't even know I was having all that impact. I was just trying to let people know what services that I can offer and doing the groundwork that wasn't bringing in a lot of revenue at the time, but sure did pay off in the 2021, 2022 years after the pandemic and during the pandemic
Hmm.
because people knew exactly who they needed to call.
Like you said, it's hard to take inventory
Yeah.
of all of the things that we have achieved in our lives because you and I we get it. Like I'm always like, what else is there? I don't like to pause because I feel like if I pause, that's when the demons start to come in and say, you're not doing enough. You you know what I mean? Like it's so annoying. I hate it, but it is what it is. But it's so nice in not at the end of our lives where
Mhm.
we're in it and we can look back and do like a Google Earth view of what you're like, oh, that muddy spot in that those couple years,
Yeah.
that was all part of the plan. It was
Yeah.
part of the process. And it's really tough as humans to maintain a steady vision because sometimes, like life happens and
It
we
does.
can feel thrown off and but it's nice that to hear you say which you're like, yeah, I all of it was part of this plan. It got me to where I am today.
It definitely did. But another thing that I learned too is you do have to have the pause, right?
You
Because burnout
absolutely do.
burnout is a real thing. I've experienced it.
Uh-huh.
And because the pressing the gas, right? You
Yeah,
always want to
yeah.
go, you always want to do the next thing. And then I found I was pausing because I was sick, or I was pausing because I was exhausted or burnt out. And then I started building in the pause.
Mhm.
because in the pause is when you have the time to reflect on what's working, what was it, what do you actually want instead of just on autopilot and going, 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 going. I
Mhm.
started to realize that those pauses that I didn't like because I felt unproductive were
Mhm.
actually very productive when you take them intentionally, not when you're sick, to
Mhm.
reflect and then maybe pivot or change or accelerate things that were working, or you give yourself that time to kind of see what it is that needs to happen next. So the pauses are good just when you actually plan them and take them, and not when they
Mhm.
take you.
So how do you do that now? Because obviously you've been in it for a while. Like, what is your approach to pausing?
Yeah, well, I have a toddler, right? She pauses me.
So is she just like mama? Like, what's her vibe?
Yeah, so she was all daddy when she was, in the earlier stages when she was just
Uh-huh.
born. She was very much a daddy's girl, but now it's very much all mama. Like, we are
Mm.
outside. She looks like her dad, but she's all my personality.
Oh, I
So
love it.
she wants, if she sees me working, she gets her little computer. She's like, "Mommy, I'm working," and she's sitting beside me and she's typing and she wants to sit at a desk and she wants her little papers. And I'm like,
Oh.
oh, I'm like, okay, so you're just gonna take this over then? She's like, literally, I'm on a meeting. If it's not like a client meeting, but if I'm just with
Yeah.
my team and stuff, all of a sudden she's on my lap and she's like, "Hi, everybody," and she's just trying to take over the meeting, and I'm just like, okay, right? So I plan my day where, so I have pauses in the day.
Yes.
Early in the morning before my husband leaves to go to his work, that's when I'll focus on all the work that I have to do. I'll get up early, take my son to the go train because he goes to school a little further away. He's in prep school, and then I
Mhm.
spend that time from about 5:30 in the morning till about 11:30, and I'm just working. So I get a good chunk of the work done, and then after that, it's all about her, right?
Mhm.
We're outside, we're playing, I'm on the ground, I'm building blocks, and it forces me to realize that there's more to life than just the work part. And then, it's getting dinner and stuff and doing that. Then hubby comes home and then he takes over, and then I'm back into the
Mhm.
work mode and doing what it is that I got to do. So she forces me to have more play in my life, to have more fun, find the joy, get outside and do those things. And I have more appreciation for it now because before, I realized when I was younger, it's just build, 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 and life's passing me by, and I'm focused on the work and establishing myself, but realizing now that life is more than that. And these moments that I have with her, I'm not getting back. This sitting
No.
on the ground building blocks, she's gonna grow up and she probably don't even want to see me because she's gonna be outside with her friends. So I have to take it now, right?
Yeah.
And I build it in that way.
It sounds like you have achieved what a lot of people are striving for, which is balance.
Yes, but I was not in balance for a very long time, and then
Of
I had
course.
to build it in. And sometimes, I want to get more work done, and I still have those moments where I feel like I'm not doing enough.
Mhm. Oh,
But
yeah.
right, I'm like, I'm spending all this time working, or I'm exhausted, or I'm just trying to figure it out. So I find that you're in balance, you're out of balance, but that's what balance is, right? Sometimes you're in, sometimes you're out. It's teeter tottering until you figure it out.
Oh, of course. I mean, I always I see because like now I'm at an age where a lot of my friends are having kids, like they're doing their thing, whatever. Not for me. But
I can understand.
yeah. But I see it from like a third party perspective and I go, I feel overwhelmed in my own life. I could not imagine having other human beings relying on me
Oh gosh, yeah.
24/7. It's just and
Yeah.
I commend anyone who does it well. You know what I mean? Like it's we're in an age where like you need to I I say this as a non-parent, but I
Mhm.
feel like we owe it to this next generation to raise them properly. And just based on your approach to life, I feel like she'll be
I
good. She'll be
I
good.
hope so. I really hope so. Believe me, I feel the overwhelm. I
Oh yeah.
absolutely do. But I also, because I have an older one, know that this time it's not going to last forever. She's
Mhm.
not going
It's
to be
fast.
dependent. It goes super fast. She's going to be
Yes.
3. I just had her. She's going to be 3. Then she's going to school. Then she's in high school. Then she's gone. Like it happens that quickly.
Okay, well,
So
pump the brakes a little bit. Like it's not that fast, but I know what you mean.
it feels like it. It
She's
feels
leaving
like
next
it.
week. No,
I
I know.
know.
It's true. It's true because like I have a huge gap between me and my sister. We're
Mm.
almost 11 years apart. So like she just graduated school. She'll be the first episode actually of the podcast. So check it out.
Okay. I
She
will.
she just started her new practice as an osteopath. She did 2 undergrads,
Oh,
and
wow.
she's 26 years old, and she's, like, living she's an adult now officially, and I'm like, I remember helping my mom change her diapers and take care of her because, like, when my mom was still working, it was like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I'm like, "And you're how are you on this side of 25? What the
I know.
fuck?" It's
I
so
know.
crazy.
But didn't it feel like it happened so quickly?
Yeah, I mean,
Just observing it?
I'm, like, 3 years from 40. I still feel 25 in my mind, like, it's crazy.
I don't even know what numbers are. I stopped counting.
You're like, "We're not even"
I don't even know what numbers I'm not even counting that. I'm just living. And it's so funny. I saw something on and just the fact that you brought this up, I saw something on social media yesterday where it said if you have an Apple phone, scroll back to October 1582 and tell me what you see. So of course, I scrolled down in my Apple calendar to 1582, and it all of a sudden went from October 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th to October 15th. 11 days were missing. How did that happen? So apparently, during that time, there was a switch from whatever calendar they were using to the Gregorian calendar that Europe was using, and then that's how they started to get on the system that they have now. And in that moment, it clicked to me that this calendar thing ain't even a real thing. Why am I even counting myself? You guys can't even count yourself. like
Girl.
I let it go. I am whatever I feel on the inside. And I feel great. I feel
Mhm.
youthful. I have energy, and I'm not subscribing to a calendar where you guys just be changing at a whim.
It's on the same level of, like, The Matrix.
Yeah.
It's all made up. Like,
Yes.
the system that we were born into has indoctrinated us to believe
Mm-hmm.
that, what's on your birth certificate is real, that's who you are. It's like, I I
Yep.
like to believe I am a spiritual being having a
Yes.
human experience who
Yes.
has the power to create the reality that this soul in me wants. And
That's
everything
right.
around us is designed to stop us from doing that, to achieving greater and not I'm not once again, I'm not talking about like money and wealth.
Yeah.
I'm talking about abundance in the way that
Yes.
is, and I fall into that trap so easily where like I'm never good enough and like these narratives keep playing in my head of I suck. And the fact that I need other people to tell me I don't suck is not good.
No, you
I
don't need
should
anybody.
no.
You don't, but I know we get caught up in the system. It's so challenging and it's designed very well. I must give it to them. They
There's a
designed it
reason it's
so
still
well.
going.
Pretty much. But when you come, that's what the meditation is for me to center myself and
Mhm.
understand that it's all pretty much an illusion. You can create the reality that you want. You just have to, go within yourself
Yeah.
and realize that you are a soul having a human experience, and don't subscribe to these numbers and digits and these dates and this, that they have you on and this system of paying bills on a cycle and keeping you running on this rat wheel
Mhm.
that's going nowhere. Like, no, 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 no.
Mhm.
I'm letting that go. And once I saw that calendar, I'm like, you know how old I am? Yeah, 25. That's where we're at.
Always and forever.
And I'm gonna go with that. And that's it. And honestly, a lot of people in my network, they don't know how old I am and they think I'm probably in my early 30s. And yeah, we'll go with that. I have a toddler. I feel like I'm young and I'm just gonna go with that.
But you are like it's the energy that you bring to the table, and that's something that you and I relate on. I connected with as well because I feel I see people my age who act like they're like retired, and
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on? Like
I don't like
you have so much life. Like even yesterday, I was with friends, and my one buddy, he's like a couple years older than me, nothing crazy. And he's talking about like, yeah, you do so last year you and Tyler were going to music festivals and going to concerts and
yes, we
traveling and
were.
this. I'm like, I have had to take a pause on that because like the money I can't be spending all that money. Like
No.
it's too much. Like I don't need all of the experiences, but I'm happy that I'm able to I can still say like, yeah, I love to go dancing. I love to go and just relieve myself of the stresses of this matrix that we live in
Yes,
and go have
yes,
fun. And
yes.
it's not about like partying or any of that. It's like I just like to let loose and like release some of that energy. And I don't think there's anything wrong in acknowledging that side of me and saying I do also need this on top of feeling like I'm, hitting my goals and I'm growing the business. Like I also need this side of me, right?
That is your balance. I
Yeah.
like to party as well. Like, who are you kidding? My family's from the Caribbean. We love carnivals. My
Hmm.
mother is in Trinidad right now. She was in Carnival. So, partying her life out. So,
Yeah.
and that's what I see as an example. Like,
Yeah.
there's no such thing as you're too old to party, or you should be doing this at this age and that at that age. Do what your
Hmm.
spirit calls for. I love, before we got on this podcast, I was dancing like I was in Carnival. Like I love going to the parties, but the same thing. I have responsibilities. I can't
Yeah,
be
of
out there
course.
spending money and going crazy right now. But it
Yeah.
doesn't mean I'm not going to dance.
Yeah.
I am going to just start dancing and play my music loud in my headphones. And sometimes my husband and my kids are looking at me like I'm crazy, but I don't give a damn. I'm having me a good time because that's
Hmm.
what my spirit's calling for, and that keeps me young and fun and energetic, and that's what I
Hmm.
love.
It's once again, it's like living in alignment, right? You're like,
Yeah.
I feel compelled to move my body in a way that is not like, because like we sit all day, we're always like sitting, and it's not about like, oh, I'm moving my body to like do whatever. It's I love music, like
Yes.
intrinsically it's a part of my soul. It's everything. I listen to it nonstop. It's always going. Like I need it. And so it's that part of me that I can't let go of. And anyway,
And
yeah.
nor should you. Nor should
Yeah.
you. My mother hasn't let go of it yet, and I don't intend to let go of it either. Live your life and enjoy yourself. I
Yeah.
love it. I love that for you. I mean, hi, twinning.
I know, I miss you, honestly, like, on a personal note, like,
Yeah, we definitely need to connect. I was
I
supposed
know.
to come that way last year, and I just, circumstances I didn't get to. But this year,
It's
road
fine.
trips are in my future. I will be taking a
Please,
road
I
trip.
would love that. Honestly, come down this way, it's nice and
Yep,
quiet, there's
I
wine
know.
country out in here, we can do a trip to Detroit. Have you been to Detroit lately?
Not lately. No, I
It
haven't been.
is
I heard it's developed beautifully.
pre-COVID, I was there all the time, like,
Hmm.
multiple times a month, like, I was doing classes at the night school, like,
Oh, nice.
I love Detroit, and so you come down, we'll do there's so they this is the thing about Detroit that I love. They went from what it was to
Mhm.
completely done a 180 where it's this energy of, yeah, we've come a long way. Our foundations were rough and we are proud to be from Detroit, but it's not this energy of like, yeah, look at us now. It's like, look at how far we've come.
Yeah.
The culture is very real, but the energy is come to my house and let me show you how we live.
Oh,
Like
wow.
it is an energy of just togetherness. I don't know how to explain it.
I need to go.
I should be paid for being a spokesperson.
Spokesperson. Yeah.
I love that city, and I love that it's literally like you walk to the end of my
Right there.
street, you can see
Yeah.
it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I definitely need to go. I haven't been in a while, and I haven't
it's
come down that
beautiful.
way in a while. I went to visit Dan, so I spent a
Yes,
good amount of time out there. I think I was there the weekend after you were there as well.
yes, yeah.
Just missed you. But I need to start taking some road trips out that way. I was telling my son that we should definitely come that way and visit because you haven't seen him. He's big boy now. You'd be shocked
He
in
was
what, two
then.
years?
How old is he? How old is he?
He'll be 17 next week. Yeah.
Jesus,
And he's like six
that's
four, muscle.
he's my height.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he wasn't your height a couple years ago, but he's your height now. And just like,
Oh
he
my
plays
god,
basketball and he's looking to go Division 1, and he's doing his thing.
the next generation. Look at them.
I know, I know.
It's
It's
so
fun walking with
crazy.
him too, because people are looking and sometimes they don't think he's my son, and I'm just like, I'm going with that energy. It's
You're like,
like,
yeah, this is my
mom,
brother. This is my brother.
mom, mom.
And at that age, you can't say shit. They're like embarrassed by everything.
I know. His friends are like, that's your mom. He's like, yeah. And stop looking at her.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. He and I, we have a great relationship, and I love that. We could do that. We'll walk outside. He'd hold my hand, and he's still like my big baby, even though
I
he's a
love that.
big guy.
I love that. But that's something that I think is important because and I'm not trying to sound like some like social like analyst, but I feel like there's we're losing connection with each other
We are.
in the greater picture, I guess. So it's nice to see, especially now with like this new, like younger generations, even me, like as a teen, is like, ugh, mom, like don't touch me, don't talk to me in public, like whatever. And it's so nice to hear that somebody is 17 now is actually like not ashamed of showing
Hanging
that
with
there's a
his mom?
connection. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll be like, "Do you wanna hang with your friends?" He's like, "No, not really. I wanna hang with
No,
you guys because eventually I'm gonna leave home and I won't have this time with you." And he's so emotionally intelligent
that's
in a
great.
way that I'm in awe by it. That the things that he notices and puts perspective on and
Hmm.
appreciates at his age is not something that I see with a lot of teenagers, honestly. And I'm like, you're right. And we'll hang out. His birthday's coming up. Like, you want to hang out with your friends? You want to have parties? Like, no, I want us all to hang out as a family. I want us to go to dinner. Maybe we could do
Oh,
a little road trip. I'm like, you want to be with us? You want to be with us? Oh, okay. But he's like,
that's
yeah, because
nice.
I'm gonna go away and then I won't be with you guys as much. So I want to absorb as much of it as I can now. And I'm just like, I raised a great human. Like, I love you.
Hmm. Yes, and it's also too, and like obviously, like once again, I don't have children, but I think for me with like the age, like I said, the age gap with my sister
Yeah,
is seeing, because I know at her age, I wasn't even close to the level of emotional
yeah,
intelligence that she possessed. So when she's going through hard times and she's like, questioning, I like, and she knows this, like I don't have to tell her, but I always say, I'm like, girl, when I was your age, this concept that you're discussing couldn't even sink in. I was too
yeah.
busy thinking about dudes and like
Living my life, having fun. Like,
having fun, but also like destroying myself in so many ways. I'm like, you like. It's so nice to see when somebody who hasn't really like gone through life in a real way
yeah.
is so aware of the importance of family and connection and I believe the children are our future.
It's
Like,
so true. Because
bury
I
that.
feel, honestly, when we're seeing a lot of the young people now, especially my son's age, everybody's so on their
Mhm.
devices. They're all sitting at a table on their devices. No one's even talking to each other, and
Yeah.
they're right there. Like, they've lost literal connection. How are we together but yet so far apart? It baffles my mind. And
Mhm.
so I had to show him. I was showing him video. There was something that came out of like how people used to hang out in the '90s. We're outside in the park. We're skipping. We're going to the mall. We're dressing up and creating our little groups and hanging
Yes.
out and going out and attracting each other and doing all these things, and no one had a phone. No one had a phone. You told your parents you're
Mhm.
going to be home at a certain time, you come home at that time. They didn't know what was happening
Yeah.
to you. There's no connection. You're just
Yeah.
out there in the world and having experiences and coming back. And I find that there was so much that you were able to learn during that time. There was so much that you were able to experience and learning to overcome hardships. And there was no concept of cyberbullying or any of these other things that you guys have to deal with now, and kids, feeling depressed and lack of connection. Like, I'm sure they had some depression, but you had so much interaction with people because
Mhm.
people interaction is a necessary part of life. And
Mhm.
that's probably why we're seeing the rises in them feeling lost and alone and stuff like that. So I'm like, we need to bring a lot of that back if there's a way that these kids could get together and drop your phones. And it's
Yeah.
it's sad it's sad to see. And with my little one, she don't even know what a tablet is. People are like, does she have a tablet? I'm
Oh,
like, for what? She has me.
I love
She has
hearing that.
we color. She likes painting. She loves dancing. She's I think she's a little artist, right? So we encourage that. But she has her little paints and her crayons and her colors and we let her be expressive and dress up and
Oh.
do those things so that therefore technology is always going to be there. It's not going anywhere. We know
Yeah.
this. This part, let's build this. Let's build your creativity. Let's build your
Yeah.
thinking. Let's build your connection. And then maybe there's a way you can use that later on in technology, but you have a lot of time to connect with that. Let's just focus on this right now. I'm not going to say she doesn't like get to watch her little TV shows here and there and
That's
whatnot, what have you,
yeah,
but
like that's
that's basic. There's no device though that she walks around with. Like, no, not even my phone. Because when I'm with her, I don't even know where my phone is half the time. We're like, we were
mhm.
calling you. I'm like, okay,
You're
I'm
like,
busy.
and to me, the immediacy of answering your phone, I'm always like, when people just go, my phone's always on silent.
Yep, mine too.
I don't want to hear, I don't want to feel it buzzing, and I don't want to
Yep.
hear it. So when I see people constantly, I'm like, who cares? Like, it's not that big of a deal. You are literally whipped by this
Yeah,
phone.
yeah. Somebody's like, "What if it's an emergency?" I'm like, "Call 911. I'm not a paramedic. I can't help you." I will find out eventually and I'll come visit, but I really actually can't do anything. So, that's probably who you should be calling. Once my family's home with me, everybody's here, I'm good.
Oh my god, I'm not a paramedic. I love that.
But that's their job. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Oh my god, I'm obsessed with you.
Oh, I'm having so much fun. Are we actually on a podcast?
Oh my
Oh
god.
shit,
I
man.
love you.
I love you
Seriously.
too. We definitely needed this catch up.
Also, I'm not the type to I'm not one of those people that's gonna be like, "Yeah, my podcast is about me and my life." Like, I'm not putting my personal shit out there. Like, it's
No,
not. This is about
nobody.
us and
Listen,
work and
nobody's even seen my baby. You've never
yeah.
seen a picture of her. Like, no, no.
I love your approach to parenting. Like, if I was ever to be a parent, you're doing exactly what I would wanna do.
Yeah, I want it to be her decision if she wants to be put out there. I had her. People know she exists, but
Yeah,
if
oh,
you
I
know me
saw.
personally,
I saw
yeah,
you smuggling her.
like I got to bring her to visit you too because I brought her. Like Dan's come
Yes.
over to my house. He spent time with her. Like if you're in my life, you know her. You know about her. You've
Please,
seen
yes,
her.
I would
I
love
got
to.
to bring her. Let her just run around. Let's.
Oh, I am like the big gay fun uncle. Like
Yes,
I'm when I'm with kids, like and especially my friends' kids. I don't really like children in general, but I am very good with them regardless. Like
you would love her. She's sassy. She's barely a kid.
I love, but I to me one of the best things about children is that they will engage with you in a way when you talk to them as though they're an adult.
Yeah.
Like I remember working at the art lab, my friend's art studio, and I would run like she'd run the March break programs, or there'd be like all sorts of different kids coming in from different schools. And one of the classes, I think, was like grade one, so they're like 5, 6.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, he's hurting me. Like, cause like one kid, like when whatever, and I literally go, I'm like, oh, are you crying right now? Why? I was like, and he's like, so like disarmed. And I'm like, why are you crying? Did you get hurt? He's like, no. And I'm like, did someone take something from you? And he's like, no. And I was like,
So what's the problem?
so what's your issue? And then he's like, and then just, and I'm like,
Yep.
I love that. Cause then they're
Oh
like,
my
wait,
gosh.
you're calling me on my shit.
Oh my gosh. I do that to my daughter.
You
Like
have to.
when she just whined, I'm like, "What's your issue?
Yeah.
What's wrong?" She's like, "Uh, uh, uh, uh. All right, nothing. So cut it out." And then she just stops. I
That
speak to her.
phase?
That's yeah. I speak to her very just like that. Like, what are you crying for? There's no issue. So stop it. And then she
Yeah.
just stops.
It's like a nice motherly way of saying, "Shut the fuck up." Like
Yeah, pretty much. But you're not gonna have me like coddling you and canoodling and buying into that. Like, I know there's nothing wrong with you, so get over it because we got stuff to do today. Let's go.
yeah, what is it? Keep it pumping, sis, or
Yeah,
keep it
keep
going.
it moving, man.
Yeah.
Keep it moving. Like, I don't know what. Like, I do the exact same thing. I'm not buying into it. Like, if you're tired, go nap. If
Yes.
you don't want to lie down, we're gonna keep going. Like
Yeah.
that's. She's just like, wow. People are like, how does she speak so well? Because I speak to her like this. So this
Yes.
is all she. This is her communication. There is no baby talk. There's no. My daughter could count to 30. She's 2 years old, right? She knows all the colors, all the
Wow.
shapes. We're at my friend's house. We're playing with these blocks that I gave her. Put some triangles together. I go, Kyra, what shape is that? She's like, it's a hexagon. My friend's like, excuse me. Like, what did she just say? I'm like,
I'm in the
yeah,
room with her. I'm like intimidated by her. I'm like, shit. This
yeah. She
2-year-old
knows.
is gonna fucking take my life away.
She really is on top of her. She's brilliant, and then I encourage that. Like, no baby stuff. No, come on, let's get it, girl.
Good for you, honestly. And like I can see her. I mean, I haven't met her officially, but I just from what you're saying, I
I'll
feel
send
like
you some
she's
pics when we get off.
please, yes, I would love that. That's so cute. You're setting her up for success in a world that, like we said, is
Yes.
designed to lessen
Lessen
our
her
potential.
frequencies or whatever. Yeah, I don't want that for her. I'm letting her explore and be exactly who she's meant to be in a safe space. Like, I want you like this, we're going to try it. You like that, we're going to do it. You are free to be authentically yourself. And that's it. Nobody's going to dim your light, and definitely not around Mama Bear. You do you, girl.
So I want to talk a little bit about the work that you're currently doing in your own consulting business. So you
Yes.
have been doing this for how many years now?
So my current almost 10 years of business planning and strategic
Congrats.
planning. Yeah, thank you. I've always been interested in business. So that's what I studied, right? I did business management at Centennial, I did business economics at York, and then I did my MBA in strategic management. So I'm all business all the time. And just to pay for school, especially my undergrad, I was doing business plans and bookkeeping for entrepreneurs, and that's how I started to build my, I guess, my skills in running a business, but I was really
Mhm.
just doing it so I didn't have to take any student loans and pay for school. And that's actually worked out. I was able to graduate without any student loans and without owing anybody and just getting into my career. And then I realized, you know what? I really like this.
Mhm.
I'm really enjoying helping entrepreneurs get clarity, one, with their numbers, right? By understanding where they can be cutting costs or improving their revenue streams, etc. But also, I realized that they were so in the weeds that they weren't planning 5 years out. Like they weren't really directing the ship. They were just in it.
Mm.
So I really just started to offer the business planning, strategic planning services, and more so once I was in the MBA program. So that's more like 2017, 2018.
Did you sleep during that time?
No, hence the burnout.
I'm like, you're talking. I'm like, how are you paying off school plus going to school plus working? Once again, I feel like I'm not doing enough.
You just have the goal. You do, and honestly, it was just I just saw the goal and doing what
Yeah.
I had to do, and then the burnout set in
Yes, of
real
course.
hard. So
Hmm.
that's what I had to learn. Oh, you do need to rest. Yeah, I'm not a machine. I just feel that way inside.
Like, who do you work with?
So I work with some not-for-profit organizations, especially on their capacity building and long-term strategic planning.
Hmm.
And I work with a lot of medium to large organizations. So if they're looking to do a feasibility analysis, try to figure out what the market's saying to go in a different direction, I will help them put those plans together. I don't work with a specific industry. I'm just specific in the work that I do with strategy. So
Hmm.
I could apply strategy applies to every industry. So
Everybody.
it doesn't matter what it is that you're doing. I could come in and help you figure out what's the best strategy to move forward for your business. So recently, within the last year or so, I've worked with a board game company, Kids Table Board Gaming, and
Cool.
they were doing really well already. And the founder was looking to figure out how to grow in a different way because that was more of a, even though the business was doing well, it was a part-time thing for her, and she wanted to make
Hmm.
it more of a full-time thing. So we
Yeah.
kind of worked on strategies to do that. And also I got to work with the BSO, which is the Black Screen Office,
Hmm.
and they recently got awarded a fund from the large streaming companies in order to bring more Black content to the market. So I helped with the BSO to on their fund and figure out how they're going to really deploy the funds and what does the strategy of that look like. So now I'm in the entertainment industry and I'm talking about big streamers like the Netflix and the Amazon Primes and whatever. So you just don't know where the business and life is going to take you, and therefore doing work like that is really what's coming to my practice right now.
That's amazing. You're truly impacting so many people with the work that you're doing. The legacy is already there. Like obviously we want to continue to build it. We want to really solidify the legacy. But your legacy is it's crazy. Like I'm so proud of you. I don't need to
Thank
say it. I
you.
don't
Thank you
need
so
to,
much.
but it's just like you're doing it, lady. Like it's fucking like it's so inspiring to see, to like even just be like a sideline like viewer of like of your success. It's wonderful. I love it.
Thank you so much, and I'm just excited to see. I don't know what the future is going to bring my way, but
Mhm.
I'm hoping it's really big things, and I'm just clearing the space, energetically to
Yes.
receive.
Yeah.
Receive.
And that's all you can do, right? You're putting in the work and it's coming. Like I once again, like it's so nice to see good people who are trying to make change in a real way where it's not just surface shit. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
Where it's like,
yeah.
oh, I want to make change in society. It's like, okay, well, like, what does that look like? What are you
I
doing
know.
to make that
And
happen?
Honestly, I don't even talk about it enough because I'm so doing the work that
Yeah,
people are
you're in
like,
it.
"Why are you not highlighting your achievements?" So that's why I'm recently now posting about things on LinkedIn, or
I
I'll put stuff on
noticed.
social. Yeah,
I
because I wasn't.
noticed.
I
You
wasn't. I'm
weren't.
just working.
Yeah, like even just doing a bit more of a like catch up on you, just going through your socials and
Yeah.
everything for this episode. I'm looking, I'm like, she is really out there. Like obviously you've been doing it, but
Yeah.
you're actually posting about it. And
Yeah.
even just the way you write in your posts,
Oh,
to
thank you.
me, it's because, like people aren't reading as much as they used to. And like you're just putting that information where as somebody who knows you,
Hmm.
it's coming across very authentic. It sounds like you. I will say, like, and I've struggled with this where it's, you want to be professional, but then there's you. There's a side of Chantelle that I'm like, she needs to be more front and center.
I know, I know. That's the thing. That's what I'm working on. You see, I play a little bit small. Like I really
Yeah.
need to push and really showcase my light way more. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
But that's what this is, right? Like to me, I wasn't doing that for myself. I'm like, I would never post anything with me in it. It was
Mhm.
always just my work or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I also feel like in today's world, we have to showcase. I have a lot of personality. You have a lot of
Oh, I know.
personality. We are people that, I'm not trying to sound any type of way, but we're magnetic in so many
Mhm.
ways. Like, and that can be also be repelling to some people because we're too much, right? But to me, I'm like, you have all of the things, you're showcasing so much of like the hard work, your impact, etc. But there's the one thing that and I'm not trying to pick. It's just like, if I want to see more of like you, that
Yeah.
like Gemini lady
My
who's just,
personality.
yes,
Yeah,
like it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
that
The
that's the thing
fire.
that's gonna blow everything out of the water. I
I
I feel
believe
that for you.
so. But then that's me now setting up and recording and doing all this
Yes.
stuff and showcasing why. And that's the part that I have to wrap my mind around. Like Chantal, you have to actually do more of that stuff because I'm trying to be, there's a humility side of me. Like, okay, this is the work that I'm doing and I'm thinking people, but it's more like, yeah, but you're a boss. Show people what the boss energy is
Yeah.
and
And
own it.
you could absolutely have like a media empire to some extent. Like that's kind of where I'm not trying to like do crazy shit. I just want to get my face out there, but I see that for you because you speak very well. You know what you're talking about, and you can do it in a way that is not robotic and boring. Like you have so much to offer. So, I only say this as somebody who loves you and is like,
Thank
just,
you.
consider it more, right? But
I'm going to. I'm taking it. I'm receiving it, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
put. I'm gonna put in that work. You're gonna see more from me this year.
Yes, I love that. I'm holding you to it.
I know you will. And this is out there in the world, so now I
Yes,
have to do it. Actually,
yes, you do. I love it. And who knows? This could help both of us in some way.
yeah,
Like, you know what I mean?
absolutely. I think this is gonna catapult it and hold me accountable at the same time. So
I
get
love that
ready,
for you.
world.
Yeah.
Get ready, world.
The world needs more Chantel.
I think so.
Yeah, I know so. And I'm not even saying that to be, once again, I don't blow smoke. Like I'm not somebody who
I know
says
that.
things to like I don't ever say anything to just to say nice things. Like if I don't mean it, I'm not saying it. But if I it's true. Like that's why are we suffering fools? Like it's bullshit.
Yeah,
But if I mean it, I'm gonna repeat it and shout it from the skies. You know what I mean?
I do. So I'm
Hmm.
gonna do it. Thank you so much for actually highlighting that and kind of giving me that extra push that most likely I needed.
Yeah, I think you do. Like it's a no brainer to me. But once again, when you're your own,
Yeah,
you're
I
in.
know.
I mean, it's hard to see, right?
It is. It is. I can see it for other people, and that's probably why I'm so good at what I'm doing. But I
Yeah.
definitely need somebody to hold a mirror to me and be like, "Yeah, so you see what you're doing for others? Yeah, you should probably do some more of that for yourself." And you're my
Yeah.
mirror. You're my mirror today.
I'm the other twin on the Gemini mirror.
Thank you.
Oh my
Oh, I
god.
love this.
This is I do too, and like I hate that we're coming to the end, but
I
this
know.
I'm just so appreciative of your time. This has been so lovely. I'm so happy that we got to reconnect in this way.
Thank
And
you.
I'm just so excited for everything that you're doing. Like it once again, like as a sideline, cheerer honor, it's been so lovely to see your journey. As I know it's a cheesy word, but it's true.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me. And congrats on finally getting this out there. I know you've been, you know, noodling around in your head, so I'm happy that
Mhm.
I could be one of the guests on your podcast, and I can't wait to see the big things that you're doing. Because, oh, Gio, the world better get ready.
Fingers crossed. Yeah. Honestly, like I've been saying this to the last few because this is my first batch of
Hmm.
episodes that I'm
Hmm.
recording
Season one.
and season 1 and I was putting together a list of, okay, who would I ask? Who do I want to talk to? And I think you were maybe like the third person I wrote down
Okay.
in my list, and I have a list of like 100 people that I was
Oh
writing,
wow.
and I was like, and I'm not saying this to sound any type of way, but I was like, okay, who would give like good conversations and they're doing major that is somebody who's like I can actually reach out to is in
Hmm.
my life. And it was a no-brainer. Like to me, I have so many special humans in my life that are doing
Oh, I
amazing
know.
things, but I was like, I have to have Miss Quow.
I appreciate that.
That's a
That
get for me. That's a
it was an
get.
immediate yes when you
Oh
asked. I was
yeah.
like, yeah. Just when? When are we doing it? Just
I
say when.
know, I'm
I
so
was ready. I
thankful.
was ready. So therefore, wow. By the sounds of it, you probably already have like 5 seasons under your belt, ready to go. Like
It's crazy. I have
of people.
so far I have booked and like ready to go. I have 13 interviews.
That's amazing.
And I have like 5 that are pending, and then so like that's like months of stuff.
Yeah,
It's
that's
it's
lots of content.
it's lots of content. So like already I'm off to a good start. So
You see?
it's wonderful, and that's how I know I'm in alignment, right? Like people are
Yes.
wanting to say yes, and like who's going to say
Yes.
no to talking about their amazingness? Like that's, what I mean? But the fact that they want to do it through me is really really special to me.
Absolutely. You're a great human being. You great personality. I know this is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see the final cut, but I'm going to definitely follow and I look
Yes.
forward to just posting about all the things that you're doing as well.
Thank you so much. Yes. So on every episode, I'm asking my guests the same question because
Yeah.
it makes sense for what I do for work. And so this can be either personal or professional. It doesn't have
Mhm.
to be anything specific, but I want to know what in your life has been the most on brand thing you've ever done?
What in my life? Oh, that's a good question. On brand. Ah, I would say participating in that huge study, Founders, that we did
Hmm.
in 2021. That has been one of the most on brand things I did because it speaks about Black female entrepreneurs and the landscape that we experience here and our experiences here in the Canadian landscape and how we approach funding and the lack there of funding in our businesses. And we're able to put together an impactful study that actually led to Pitch Better and the company that I worked with launching the Founders VC, where now they are investing capital into Black female founders. And I got a chance to meet with them during Black History Month. There was a lunch that they had where they showcased some of the entrepreneurs, and they are just absolutely brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And they're getting the funding and everything that they needed, and they're getting the exposure and experience. So, that is one thing that I say that I got to participate in that was so on brand for not just my business but my life as well
Yeah.
in the impactful work that we do.
I love that because it's like everything that you energetically are embodying in your existence on this planet at this time in life is there. It makes so much sense for who you are as an individual. So
Yeah.
I can see that 100%.
Thank you. Yeah, that's amazing. And they're doing amazing work. So if you want to know more about it, you can look at Founders Venture Labs and you can see some showcasing of some of these great entrepreneurs. I'm talking about like aerospace engineering and healthcare and like, just some really big, big industries. So yeah,
I'll make sure to put the contact in the show notes as well. So if people are
okay.
interested, they can reach out.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Amazing. So on that note,
Mhm.
how if people want to reach out to you, if they have any questions, they want to get to know you or your businesses, how how can they find you?
Absolutely. So you can go to my social handles. Everything is CQBC underscore INC. So CQBC Inc. That's on IG. That's also new to I'm trying the TikTok. So
Girl.
that's something new I'm kind of dabbling with, but
Mm.
you could catch me on LinkedIn, um, Geo's podcast, and also Rising VR. You can connect if you're interested in the Rising VR program. You could go to Rising VR on IG as well and hit us a message through there. Applications are going to start opening soon for our intake. So by the time this airs, we should have applications open. They're going to be rolling for our September intake. So look out for that. And if people are interested in applying, please do.
Amazing. Oh my God. Thank you again for doing this. This has been so nice.
Thank you so much for having me, and I look forward to being on again.
Yes. Oh, are you kidding? Recurring.
Of course.
We could do check-ins.
I would love that, and if anything new comes up, I'd love to, come and speak to your audience as well and share what it is that's happening.
Absolutely. I love it. And to anybody who wants to reach out to me, you can follow the podcast on TikTok. I'm on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Where else am I? You can find me on Instagram. Also trying TikTok, which is we're age an elder millennial is trying to do TikTok. We'll see how that goes. Um, but if you have any questions about design, you want to reach out to me about any branding questions, you can check me out at geographic.com, and all of our contacts will be in the show notes as well. So Chantel, I want to thank you. This has been wonderful, and I want to say goodbye to everyone. Goodbye.